It's time now for This Week in Rock and Roll History. Brought to you by Tom Tayback. Take a moment to stroll with us down memory lane to the good old days, those rock and roll gold days.
Hi, everybody. Tom Tayback here. Happy to be your tour guide going back to the good old days of soda shops and sock hops in the gym. Let's begin this trip back in 1955. For the first time in his career, a teeny bopper riot erupts at an Elvis Presley concert in Jacksonville, Florida. Jumping ahead 1 year to 1956, Buddy Holly is fitted with contact lenses for his 2,800 eyes. The contacts cost him $125, but he can't get used to them and reverts back to his trademark horn-rimmed glasses. And speaking of Buddy Holly and Elvis Presley, this week in 1957, Holly auditions for Arthur Godfrey's Talent Scouts TV program, but he's rejected, just like Presley in 1955. Yeah, but Pat Boone appeared several times. Oh, baby. And Elvis? This week in 1957, he inhales a cap from one of his teeth and has to be rushed to a hospital in Los Angeles to have it removed from his lung. Going to 1958, Link Wray's guitar instrumental Rumble hits the charts, but it's banned by numerous radio stations because of the name. Despite the boycott, the song will rise to number 16 and sell over 1 million copies. Also in 1958, the Everly Brothers get their second chart topper with All I Have to Do Is Dream. And Jerry Lee Lewis is granted a divorce from his second wife, Jane Mitchum. Good thing, too, since he's been married to his third wife, 13-year-old cousin Myra Gale Brown, for 6 months. This week in 1960 sees Frank Sinatra hosting Elvis on his TV special, Timex Spectacular. If you haven't ever seen this, check it out on YouTube. Sinatra and Presley trade hits. Elvis does a smoking version of Witchcraft, and Frank belts out Love Me Tender. It'll be Presley's last TV appearance for 8 years. 1962, Billboard magazine reports the previous year's most played jukebox record, Big Bad John by Jimmy Dean. Yes, the Sausage King. The number 2 most played record, The Twist by Chubby Checker. 1964, after 14 weeks at number 1, the Beatles are pushed to number 2 by 63-year-old Louis Armstrong's Hello, Dolly. Dusty Springfield makes her TV debut on The Ed Sullivan Show. The Rolling Stones are refused lunch at the Grand Hotel in Bristol, where they're actually staying. Why? No jackets and ties. And the Daily Mirror the next day calls them the ugliest group in Britain. And the Beach Boys start a 4-week run at the top of the album chart with their live LP called Beach Boys Concert. And finally, this week in 1966, Louie Louie by the Kingsmen enters the charts for the 9th time.
If this is your kind of music, you'll love my Rock and Roll Showcase, featuring trivia and stories about the rock and roll stars along with their charted hit singles at Podomatic.com or on YouTube. Podomatic.com or YouTube. Just search Tom Tayback. That's Tayback. Rock and roll is here to stay, baby.